I hope you're having a great day. Well, while we're all at home, and I hope everyone's at home keeping themselves safe, because if we keep ourselves safe, we can keep other people safe as well. So there are a couple of things that we can now implement given the fact that most of us are going to be home. So one of the underlying conditions that most people suffer from, not just in our country, but around the world, is acidity. Acidity, acid reflux, bloating, indigestion, heartburn, and all of these issues. A lot of people think it's okay to live with acidity. We pop Gelucils, we pop antacids, and all of those things. If you have to, you should, but you need to understand that it's not okay to live with acidity. Acidity is the root cause of every possible disease that we have out there. You need to understand that. Acidity, we don't allow oxygen to reach our cells the right way. There are two things that every human being requires, every single one of your trillion cells. Food, nutrients from the food that you eat, and oxygen from the air that we breathe. If we cannot reach oxygen to our cells or nutrients from the food that we eat to our cells, we have disease. It doesn't matter how much you work out, it doesn't matter how well you sleep, it doesn't matter how much you meditate, it doesn't matter how many superfoods you eat. This is the basics of human life, food and oxygen. But when the body is more and more acidic, we compromise both of these things. So today we're going to talk about two simple, inexpensive lifestyle changes that everyone can practice right now, because we don't have excuses. We don't have excuses of ad hoc meetings happening, being stuck in traffic, missing our meals and all of that stuff. So we should use the next couple of days to implement lifestyle changes to see how it really improves our health. So what we learn over the next couple of weeks, we can implement it once we get back and step outside into the world to get back into our day-to-day life. Now, when it comes to food, by far the most powerful change, no, it is not the most powerful food, it is the most powerful lifestyle change that you can do for better digestion, even to lose weight. Okay, to break down your food, absorb nutrition, is the chewing of your food. I can go on 100 times around this, and that's the only thing that people have to fix. We have patients from all over the world, they come, and there's only one thing they say that they cannot change. Oh, we can't eat food slowly. We're in a hurry, we have meetings, we have appointments, we have all of that stuff. And my reply to them is, that's the only thing you need to change. There's nothing else that you need to change. You don't need a diet program, you don't need medicine, you don't need anything. You're finishing your meal in 3 minutes, and that's why you have all of these problems. Let's add a little bit of science to this. There's a reason why we have teeth, and there's a reason why we produce saliva. Without saliva, we would have immense issues with digestion, with weight, and everything else. Let me give you an example of a patient going through chemotherapy, which is why it is so important for patients going through chemotherapy and heavy medications to make lifestyle changes and dietary changes. When you go through chemotherapy or radiation, especially in the head and neck area, we dry up the salivary glands. We cannot produce saliva. So the patient loses complete taste of food, they have metallic tastes in their mouth, and because they don't have saliva produced, undigested carbohydrates get into their system, creating more acid production, diarrhea, constipation, bloating, indigestion, and then patients stop to eat because it becomes uncomfortable. They stop to eat, so they lose weight. And when they lose weight, they have all the more problems of low immunity. So then all of a sudden they're stuffed with ice creams and sugar and all of these things to gain weight. But you see, all we've done is created a vicious cycle that is only destroying their health. So coming back to the importance of saliva and teeth. We have teeth so that we chew our food. We break it down into small pieces. The saliva provides lubrication to the food that we've chewed, and it also produces an enzyme called ptyalin, which is a kind of amylase. The job is to break down carbohydrates. Everyone thinks food digestion starts in the stomach. It starts in your mouth. So when the moment saliva mixes with your food, you lubricate it so it can pass down, your system, your esophagus, straight into your stomach. Amylase, that's ptyalin, mixes with your carbohydrates and breaks down your carbohydrates and starches into simple sugars. Now, amylase, ptyalin, is activated in an alkaline medium, which is your mouth. Now, your stomach is an acidic medium. So if your stomach is producing a lot of acid, okay, amylase cannot be active, which means carbohydrate digestion happens in the mouth. So now let's say we've chewed our food, we've produced saliva, and it's going down our throat into our stomach. Now it comes into our stomach. Our mucosal lining secretes stomach acid, hydrochloric acid, and enzymes like pepsin to protease to break down our proteins. We should have started carbohydrate digestion in the mouth. In the stomach, we start breaking down proteins. Then this food travels down to our small intestine. The liver produces bile. The pancreas produce other digestive enzymes to complete the process and breakdown of food in your small intestine, making it into a particular form that can now be absorbed across your small intestine walls into your blood, and your blood carries all the nutrients from the assimilated food to trillions of cells in the human body. We compromise this beautiful, intelligent process by eating our meals too quickly. So everyone's in a hurry all the time, and sometimes we forget the simple things in life. You see, sometimes we forget to step back and realize that when God built our body, it built it with an intelligence to take care of these problems that we are trying to take care of with medication, supplements, superfoods, and all of that stuff. If we observe and respect the human body, it works for us. I think the epitome of human health is to get our own intelligence to work for us. We shouldn't have to be health obsessed, and from the time we wake up to the time we sleep, we're only talking health, thinking health, Googling the next best thing to do. No, we have an intelligence that does that for us. We need to just harness it. So the number one tip is, please start chewing your food. Now you have time at home. Chew your food, and I can guarantee you your digestion is going to get better. Maybe it won't solve all of your issues because your system's gone through a lot of abuse already. But the first step is chewing. Chew your food, mix it with your saliva, make it into a complete paste, almost into a liquid, and then swallow it. Two things will happen: better digestion, and you'll find yourself eating less. When you chew your food, you will find that your quantity of food reduces. Okay, it reduces because your brain gets a signal when everything is based on hormones that it's got everything it needs, stop eating. But when you eat too quickly, this is what's happening. You've not chewed your food, you're sending undigested bigger pieces of food into your stomach. Your stomach has to produce more acid to break it down. That reaches your intestine. We have indigestion, gas, and every other problem. So that's the first lifestyle step that all of y'all can implement, and teach your children as well. These are the basics. There should be a subject called chewing in school, because you learn, but you also learn how to chew your food so that you prevent the onset of digestive issues. The second lifestyle tip, since you're at home, try to eat your meals at the same time every day. There is more and more scientific research showing you how the circadian rhythm, the biological clock in your system, and your sleep-wake timings and your eat timings work in a rhythm. They work with a rhythm. Your insulin levels, your blood sugar levels, your diabetes, your cholesterol levels, all of this can get better by just eating your meals at the same time every day. Let's take a simple example. You have a tight schedule or you have a tight day. Let's talk about school. Okay, if timetables were not followed, there would be chaos. The system wouldn't work. If you're a working professional, if you didn't attend your meetings on time, you didn't reach work on time, if you didn't have a clock to control your day would have an utter chaos. The same thing with your body, but we take it for granted because our body gives us several chances until it's too late. It has a clock. It is expecting lunch at a particular time. It is expecting your dinner at a particular time. It works with a clock. Okay, every cell is waiting for nutrition. Just because you delay it doesn't mean your body has to adapt all the time. It does adapt. That's what human survival is. Our bodies have that resilience to adapt to a certain degree. But today we're studying how even cholesterol levels and sugar levels can get better by just eating your meal at the same time, because your body follows a clock. Every hormone has to be secreted according to a clock, not according to your schedule. So let's try this for the next couple of days, and guess what? There's more and more research for even weight loss. People can lose weight by just, of course not just, but by adding the lifestyle change of eating at the same time every day. Try this now. You're stuck at home. You can follow a timetable. No one can disrupt your sleep-wake cycle. No one can disrupt your eat timings. Make a plan. If your lunch is at 1 o'clock for the next 7 days, eat it at 1 o'clock every day. Likewise with your dinner. We couldn't do it previously because everyone gave importance to their social lives, which is now stopped. Everyone gave importance to their work lives, which is now also stopped in a way. So in a way, nature's forcing us to now respect the circadian rhythm and the biological clock. If you can implement these 2 lifestyle changes, I can guarantee you within 7 days, you're going to feel better. You're going to feel lighter. Your levels are going to change. If you're diabetic, if you have high cholesterol, your portions are going to reduce. Everything is going to change because you have harnessed the intelligence of your own system. And that's what we need to aim at. So over the next couple of days, we're going to do several videos with simple lifestyle tips that you can use at home and teach it to your children. Now is a great time to implement a culture of health within your family. Use it as a training period so that when we get back into reality and real life again, we're able to adapt and practice what we learn. But I would say if I had to put a percentage to it, 95% of the people suffering from digestive issues and acidity can sort out their problems by making simple lifestyle changes. Have a great day, everyone. Until next time, eat smart, move more, sleep right, and breathe deep.